2 years ago, I took a chance on buying a random torch off Amazon for £40. I couldn't believe that it was going to be anywhere near as good as people were suggesting, and yet here I am 2 years later, still using this torch, and almost in disbelief that I ever thought any of my previous torches were any good whatsoever. As you can see, it's a really simple torch, exactly what you'd expect, but with the added bonus of being able to slide the front section to swap between a really wide beam and a really narrow focused beam. So here you can see we've got the power of my iPhone trying to light up the world here, and it looks like there's nothing in front of us. Yet, as soon as our super bright torch goes on, you can see we've suddenly got effectively a little patch of daylight. And not only is this obviously lighting up a nice area at close range and doing it very brightly, you can see if I focus it down into that really solid square beam of light, the camera itself struggles to focus. And you can imagine, as somebody who's spent most of the last decade living on boats down these dark towpaths of Britain, suddenly having a light like this has actually been life-changing, and I genuinely mean it has made my life so much better. Again, here you can see the light my iPhone's putting out onto the pillar of the Pontcus off the aqueduct, and then as soon as the torch goes on, you can see just how bright it is. And again, the aqueduct at its highest point, I believe, is about 38 metres, so we're probably looking from here maybe about 30 metres or so from our position up to the base of the arches up there. Again, swapping between the wide and the narrow beam focus, I'd say that this is probably how I normally use it, with the slider somewhere in the middle. So you've got a slightly lighter beam than the widest setting, but also a much more useful, wider segment of light than the really focused narrow square beam. I just want to point out here that after my eyes have adjusted to the dark, when I do shine the torch on something as close to me as that with a light colour, it does have a little bit of a dazzling effect. So here I am about 150 metres away from the aqueduct, and you can see that as we focus the beam into that narrower and narrower beam, it's comfortably lighting up the arches of the aqueduct there, like I say, about 150 metres away, and again, that's about 38 metres from the base to the highest point of the aqueduct. So the beam at 150 metres is maybe lighting up, again, say a 30-something metre square of light, and then fetching it down into this open field, putting it on the wider field of view. Once again, you can see we've got really, really bright light, and we have got that exceptionally bright focused beam as well. Now, I would say that on this particular day when I was testing it, or night when I was testing the torch to see how the batteries were holding up, I had it on the brightest mode, and it lasted for, I'd say, 10 minutes just switching it on and off, recording these little sections, and then I deliberately left it on for half an hour, and it didn't show any signs of the batteries dying during that half an hour solid usage either. About 15 minutes was outdoors in the cold conditions, which the torch started to become warm but not hot, and then when I fetched it into a much warmer indoor environment, it continued to function fine, but it did start to get a little bit warm to the touch, maybe slightly less comfortable to the touch. Now, there is a lower setting mode here, but it lights the world with a lower frequency of light and causes strobing with the camera, so I've decided just to show you some still shots of that. Just a side note here that me and my friend do an awful lot of walking, and during the summer months a lot of that is in the evenings after work, and a couple of times we relied on this torch when we were caught out with slightly longer walks than anticipated and had to return the last stages in the dark. But back to the towpath and the canal environment that I bought this torch to primarily be used in, you can see it's just fantastic. And realistically, it does an unbelievable job if you're not trying to be looking at things that are miles away in the distance and so on, like these review videos often tend to show. You just saw a little bit of that strobing effect there as I dropped it down to the lower light level. Anyway, I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in. Please do check out my other videos for more of boat life and being out and about in the hills. And I'm also looking at getting an absolutely ludicrously bright torch. So let's see what happens there. Until the next time, my friends, have a fantastic day. Keep it interesting, keep it boat worthy, keep it torch worthy. And of course, my friends, farewell.